Hi, welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming. If you haven't been here before, I talk about damaged hair. I have over 30 years in conditioning techniques and working with damaged hair, so I would like to share my experience with you. We're not going to do the big question today because I'm going to take out time to summarize the information that I have been trying to give you. Hopefully my posts were clear, but to go back over them, they were my first post. So I thought it might be good to just go over that and make sure that we can have thorough information for your hair folder. So the information given today will be for your hair folder. We will not have hair facts because we already are talking about hair facts. We're just talking about the hair facts that I've already gone over. So I really appreciate the emails. Thank you so much. They really help out. Emails sent to ditahair911 at gmail.com. So thank you. And in order to clear all those questions up, because we have some going from last year, so I'm not going to go over the old email questions. I'm going to continue to answer the new email questions because we're trying to get those cleared up. So in order to get those answered and get my emails shorter, I'm going to go ahead and continue to answer questions because some people have not had their questions answered yet. So I really appreciate your patience. I'll try to get to every question, and I usually do. It just takes time. Um, so last time, I guess last year, we talked about electric massagers. Remember, electric massagers need to have a clear understanding. In other words, be clear about what size you want. Be clear about what, so you have to look and search. But you want to be clear about whether or not you have one at home that's too heavy, but you would like to use it. That's where you would need a towel. Some massagers, you would put the towel in between you and the massager. So it double up the towel, lightens the massager. Some massagers suggest that you don't use them at all on your head. So you should pay attention to the directions. If you no longer have the directions, then of course play it safe and use the towel, not just massaging your head with the big massager. Sometimes they're small massagers, but they're very powerful. So I would start out knowing what my tenseness is. For instance, if you apply the massager with a big towel, like maybe 2 towels, then that might be too light. So then you would lighten it. But you would definitely not just take the massager to your head unless it's a hair massager. And I think body massagers, they do say how long whether or not you should put them on your head. You can also talk with your doctor, ask them if it's okay, especially if you have an ailment or surgery that you cannot apply the hair dryer or the hair massager to your scalp. So talk with your doctor about whether or not it'll be okay, and tell him that you're trying to relieve tension and stimulate hair growth. And so see what he says and see if it's okay. If you cannot do it, apply a massager to your head, then you're going to do lots of brushing. You're going to do a lot of finger massaging. And then you can lay the massager on your shoulder or on your chest and just breathe and try to relax with the massager. And just the vibration alone is relaxing and it can put you to sleep. So take a nap. Okay, so we talked about massaging. It looks like here we also talked about brushing. Now, scientific brushing is very important. I talked about 2 nylon brushes, and the brushes were to be rinsed out and then let dry, air dry to harden again. So you rinse them with hot water, and then you start out again the next day doing your brushing. You should brush twice a day. You should clean your brush after every brushing. And then notice the hair that's in the brush and notice the hair that comes out when you're brushing. You can always apply conditioner to the ends to help that brushing process not run into tangles on your ends. So brushing is important. So you would brush in the morning and you would brush in all different directions. We talked about back and forth, to the side, to the other side, and then of course giving your hairline a separate brushing. So that would mean that I guess I can use my little girl here. That would mean that you would brush the bang area all around to the back. You would keep brushing, and there you would be able to relax with the brushing. You don't have to push too hard, but you definitely would go all around the hairline, even in the back of the neck. And that would be a separate brushing from the first brushing. That's going to be back and forth and side to side. So you want to part as you brush and make sure that you get the scalp and you're not paying too much attention to brushing the ends. You're brushing the scalp. So with the routine of every two times, well, every day, 2 times a day, and then before you go to bed, you would brush. It really helps you sleep good, they tell me. But scientific brushing is important. You can keep track of your hair loss, and you can also keep track of your relaxed scalp. So if you cannot massage, and even if you can massage, you still have to brush. So let me clear that. So we just talked about the massaging in a way where it's going to be done when you're relaxed, not when you have a bunch of housework to do. When you're trying to relax and go to bed, maybe a good brushing at night. Well, I know it will help, but maybe you'll get into the routine of good breathing as well as brushing your hair and just relax, and you'll realize that your scalp loves it and your hair will love it too, because it'll help it not be so dry. It'll help drag the new oils from the scalp. So there are 2 nylon brushes, okay? And the brushes are for one in the morning and one in the evening. You brush them out and you rinse it with hot water to make sure it air dries before the next day. It should be hard and firm. After that, if you like to use a styling comb or a blow drying brush or, maybe a boar bristle brush, that's fine. But we want to do an exercising brush, a vigorous brush, so that it will help your hair and scalp toughen up or condition better or relax better when it comes to your scalp. So, we talked about that. And then, of course, we talked about knowing when your hair is brushed, the difference between the two. Sometimes what happens is that we brush and we brush so fast that we don't really notice a difference. If you're brushing for 15 to 20 minutes, 30, I would like 30. But if you're brushing, it not only relieves the stress, but it also helps your scalp stay healthy. And so after a while, your scalp will ask to be brushed. It'll be like, hey, brush me. I need to be brushed. So let's understand that you need to know the feeling of it when your hair has been brushed for a week and when it hasn't been. It should be something that's such a routine that it's in your hair habits. It's supposed to go in your hair folder. And then, of course, your scalp misses it. And you know your scalp misses it when you don't brush it. So we want you to develop that keen sense of awareness where you know when your hair has been brushed and when it hasn't been brushed, and when it's relaxed and when it isn't relaxed. I'm going through here a little bit here just to make sure. I know that there's a lot of information about stressed hair or stressed scalp. And that is something that we talked about, that maybe clarifying things you can do to relax your scalp besides take medicine. So heating pads on your neck and your shoulders. A heating pad is nice. They're now automatic, so that makes it a little bit more convenient where they shut off automatically. So that way all your neck and shoulders will relax and become a little bit more I guess not so stressed out. A massage on your shoulders and then to apply heat thereafter is great. If you like cold, okay, I don't have any problem with cold. I just want you to relax your scalp by relaxing your neck and shoulders. Eyes are important to relax, to help your scalp relax. And then, of course, your ears. Just pulling them back and pulling them forward will definitely help slow down the stress. And that way your scalp can calm down. You definitely can have breakage from your stressed scalp. So I would like to see that, the stress method works along with the brushing. If you have the scientific brushing and then you have the relaxation at night, it just means that your scalp is going to sleep when you're going to sleep. And so that gives good rest, that gives good hair growth, and of course a stressed scalp will break. So hopefully by sleeping and relaxing at the same time, you will ward off having stress breakage. And stress breakage is hard to detect, and it's also very hard to get the scalp to relax after it's been tense for months. So let's try to go to sleep with deep breathing. Let's try to do the brushing as part of that relaxation session or relaxation time that you take out for yourself. It's important. It's important to your hair. So when people try to interrupt that, you tell them, I need rest for my hair. And I need to have 20, 30 minutes. So I'm going to bed early. And sure about that, huh? It's hard to go to bed early, isn't it? But hopefully you can accomplish this, especially if you might have a stressed scalp. What causes a stressed scalp? Wow. Shoulders, muscles, doing too much. At the end of the day, you still have done 10 things more than what you should have. So maybe cutting the day short helps out with stressed scalp. Maybe lowering caffeine can help out because caffeine has a tendency to, I guess, excite you or make you nervous. So if that's the case, maybe not so much coffee. But stress scalps are serious, and you do not want to be stuck with one for long. In the first email question I have, thank you again for sending your questions to ditahair911@gmail.com. My hair tingles a lot. Ah, I don't know how long your hair is. You didn't say that in the question. But tingling a lot really needs deep conditioning with heat. So you need to look on my channel to maybe in the previous channels, or you can go to Dita Damaged Hair at Facebook, and you can see, you can print the instructions from there. It shows how I would like to heat cap, or how I would like you to heat cap. So definitely know that heat capping is a must. And that maybe you could start out with once a week to see if it helps. And then, of course, if it doesn't help, then go to 3 times, like every 3 days, and then see if that's better until your hair is still soft enough to go a whole week, or should we say conditioned enough to go a whole week. Either one, you need deep conditioning, and you need to be consistent, and you need to be on routine with it. You also can do mini conditioner by putting your moisturizer in your hair while it's dry. And you would just do that on the ends, not so much the scalp. And that will help those ends be more conditioned and be more, not stripped so much by the sun. Sun protectors are very nice. If you're in the sun a lot, then definitely think about a hat that has the SPF sunscreen of at least 50. That would be nice, and that would really, really help your hair maybe not tangle so much. If you're a bicycle rider, then you might want to condition your hair prior to bicycling, and then, of course, afterwards. And that would be putting that moisturizer in. On dry hair, you can mist it with filtered water if you like. Maybe wet your hands, and that helps the product sink in. But definitely pick up on your conditioning. The second email question, should I tie my hair up at night? Oh, interesting. I found that people get so caught up with doing other things. I would rather for you to put your attention on the brushing and the massaging and relaxing the neck before you go to sleep. Um, Before I would be worried about you tying your hair up. Definitely tie it up to where you're comfortable to sleep. If you have long hair, then you might love a high ponytail. They tell me that that really helps them be able to move and sleep without any interruptions. However, if you feel as if you need, I don't know, you don't need, if you're doing your conditioning, you're doing your deep conditioning, then you don't really need conditioners at night. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know what got us into that habit. Maybe that's another marketing ploy, or maybe that's just our way to say my hair is safe. So at nighttime, you should be able to sleep on any pillowcase. Try not to use head wraps of any kind, and your hair should be strong enough to sleep and be just fine. You're going to get up in the morning, you're going to rinse, you're going to apply your conditioner. So you can attend to that in the morning. Rest, okay? Don't feel as if this is a 24-hour conditioning need. Hair is a dead appendage. It has living matter, but it is a dead appendage. So you can go ahead and sleep just fine, knowing that in the morning you're going to wake up and you're going to apply, some need to rinse their hair. You might just want to spray it or mist it with filtered water and apply a little conditioner and style as normal. If you're doing your conditioning, you're doing your brushing to pull the natural oils out of the hair and getting all the old hair out by doing thorough brushing, then this is enough. You should be able to go to sleep with ease. I didn't notice in my research that anyone was damaged at night. I did notice some issues with the cap or head wraps, but that was totally because their hair was wet and the head wraps kept it wet all night. So, we don't have to sleep with the head wraps. But I understand that if you do that to hold your style so you can get up and run to college or to work, I understand. But try not to make a habit of it. Your scalp does need air circulation at night. So we do want it to get plenty of air, and we do not want it to be wet and smothered. It's just not a good condition for the scalp. And I don't think the hair benefits from it because it stays super moist. And then as soon as you take that off, it's going to get dry real fast. So it might even dry stronger than what it would if you hadn't had that. So let's not try to get too much into the head wraps. Third email question, silk pillows. Okay, silk pillowcases. I hear that people do that, and I've been asked this before. Um, I don't think it goes either way. I don't think it saves your hair, nor do I think it damages your hair. If you like a silk pillowcase, then by all means. If you don't have one, don't worry. The silk pillowcase is not going to increase your conditioning, nor is it going to increase or decrease the stress that your hair suffers at night. Hair suffers very little during the night. It's usually the day that we get more sun damage, wind damage, heat damage. So just sleeping doesn't really hurt it. I wanted to, mention about the heat capping. Here again, you can definitely get the information about heat capping on my Facebook, which is Dita Damaged Hair. And there you will find heat capping instructions. I just posted it because I had someone comment and that they wanted that. You can also email me and I can send you a copy. And we have, in my previous post, I have gone through heat capping instructions. I want to thank you for staying. Please push the like button if you've learned anything today. I've learned a lot. I want to thank you for your comments that was made online. I appreciate that. They help me to understand. However, I'm answering so many email questions that the online questions are almost 10 days behind, but I do answer them. So please check your box to see that I have answered the question eventually. Sorry about that. I also try to address the answers here on the channel. So that way we can catch that question, more than one way. I want to thank you for subscribing. It's free. So if you like to subscribe, I really appreciate it. I want you to remember that um, staying on a routine with conditioning is how you conquer your hair problems. Just conditioning and conditioning any kind of way. Let's condition in a specific way. Let's get our hair habits where they are giving us results. A lot of our hair habits are not netting the results we want. And so then we say, oh, I didn't get the results I wanted. The product's bad. Or maybe it's um, the conditioning. But actually, no, it could be your routine. So stay on a routine. If you have to have a calendar, great, won't hurt you. Sometimes people tell me that their hair will tell them when they need a conditioner or a deep conditioner before they go to their calendar. So if you can tune into your hair that way, that's our mission on this channel, is to tune into our hair to the point that we can read what's going on with it, when it's dry, when it's not, when it needs nutrition. Now, thank you again for coming. I really appreciate you, and I really think that this summarizing will be good for us. So go have a good hair day. Thank you.